Welcome to Indiefarer. Today I'm going to be talking about a new game created by a small team. I'm here with one of the developers named Victor. He is I believe, the lead developer of Maseylia, correct?
Correct, exactly. And thank you for the invitation.
Of course. It's lovely to talk to you, lovely to meet you. I'm Oliver. I'm the host of Indiefarer. I do deep dives into video games to expose the true plot, character arcs, and development processes. If you like anything to do with gaming, consider following for more. And please keep up with indie developers out there. There's so many amazing games, and I just love seeing all the new things that people make, and I'm sure you will too. So we'll start by asking a couple of simple questions. How big is the team that's working on this game?
So basically, I'm mostly like 18% of the time, I'm mostly alone, but I have a contribution from several people. Like my two brothers, they help me with marketing, with communication, and they also help me with decoration of the game, because sometimes you have to place a lot of elements like tree or rocks. So they help me with that kind of task. And then there is also a musician, Zach Fitzgerald, who did the music and the sound design for the game. And also I had several interns that have helped me with the development of the game for a few months. And finally, I had also a producer from Mexico who have produced cinematics for the game. So I hired a cinematic studio which is called Motion Alone, and they have done the cinematics. So for me, it's like a solo dev game with a lot of contribution.
Okay, so it's definitely quite a few people working on this. You said that you have somebody working on music, you have a producer from Mexico. You said you also had somebody working on marketing as well?
My brother helped me with marketing communication. The producer from Mexico, he only produced the cinematics. He didn't produce anything else in the game. So that's why it's really contribution. Like I have a lot of help, but it's a small contribution. It's not during the whole development, during the 2 years and a half, I was most of the time alone. But it's still a very important contribution.
Definitely. I understand that. But taking on the project of making a game alone would definitely be a lot for any one person, considering music, marketing, everything you've mentioned, cinematics. It's all a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad that I had this contributor that helped me with the game for these different aspects, because it makes a huge difference.
Oh, yeah. So I bet it does.
I'm very glad to have them.
Do any of your producers or any of the other people that you meet with, besides just working on cinematics, have they added anything to maybe the plot or characters, or do they work in just their specific fields?
Most of them works only on their specific field. The only people who have helped me with other things like the plot are my two brothers. So they made mostly communication and marketing, but they also helped me with narration, decoration, and testing the game. So they did a bit more than a specific task. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for your position, what would you say is what would you do mainly?
Mainly, I'm doing everything related to the Unity integration, development of the game, level design. So I put everything together. I integrate the music that is done from Zach. I integrate the sound design, and I integrate the cinematics into the game. I develop the whole level design of the game. I make the programmation of the game. So almost every technical aspect, this is what I done for the game.
Wow. Okay, so you're doing basically you're putting everything together. You're putting all the puzzle pieces together and making it a whole game. That sounds amazing. In that case, would you be the person that came up with the original concept for the game, as well as the characters and plot?
Yeah, because the game started as a real solo dev game. I was solo when I started the game. Contributors have joined me after, during the development of the game at different moments. Most of them have joined me a long time after the development of the game. It was already well advanced. The only one that joined me earlier was my brother and Zach, the musician.
So, your brother, he's one of the main people on your team. How close are you with your brother?
We are very, very close, and we are always have been since childhood. I have two brothers that are with me on the game, and yeah, we are very close. I talk to them almost every day. They help me with the direction of the game, or help me to take decision. So they always support me in everything.
That's awesome. You mentioned earlier that you are working with Unity to make this?
Yeah, exactly. I'm using Unity. It's a motor that I have used for a long time before this game. I have made a lot of prototypes, so that's why I choose to use Unity again.
Would you say that it's something you're more familiar with and that the tools are like easy to use for you?
Yeah, I am way more familiar with Unity than other tools because I have started to use it since 15 years ago, I think, when I was way younger than now. And so this was a motor that I already know how to develop with. So for me, it was an evidence to use Unity.
That's awesome. I've also used Unity myself. I would say it's probably one of the easier development tools to use. I feel like anyone could if they really looked at the tutorials and tried hard enough.
Yeah, there is a lot of free tutorial and free resource. So I think it's easy to use to Unity. It's very well done, and I will recommend it to beginner. It's a very good choice, I think.
Well, thank you. I think that's good advice. I think Unity is good for beginner for sure. I was curious because you mentioned that the game has been in development for quite a while, 2 years when we first started talking. Have you been doing game development before then?
No, never. I was a developer for a website or application or tools, but I never worked in the video game industry. I did a lot of personal projects, never commercially, but I always knew that one day I had tried my chance in video game. And so when I have felt that this was the moment, I have started to work on the game that I had in mind, and it was Maseylia.
Okay, so this is like a very a new kind of area for you.
Yeah, it's definitely new. I have learned a lot of things during the development of the game. We have the chance to have a lot of resource in internet, free resource, and a lot of people that are willing to help us. The more you grow with the game, the more you will meet people that will help you. And the video game community has a lot of supportive people, so it's a very beautiful thing, and it has helped me a lot during the game. The community has been so important during the development of the game.
I agree. I think the community is definitely gaming communities in general make up how the game kind of feels. I've always loved talking to other people about games and how they feel, especially how they feel after playing games, because some games are life-changing and I love it. Would you say that the people around you are they supporting you with your development?
Are you talking about the people that I know in real life?
Yeah, people around you in real life, and then the people that you know in these game development communities.
So everyone has been very supportive with me. The people who know me in real life, they knew since a long time that I wanted to develop a video game one day because I have shown them my prototype and they have played my prototype. So I already had friends that was supportive to me and family. So yes, and when it comes to the online community, it is a community that have grown with the game. At start, there was not a lot of people. I started with Reddit, and they have been supportive. And the more the game has grown, the more there have been people that have come, play the demo, the game, and they gave us a lot of feedback on the demo, and they were really supportive. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Were you a big part of the gaming community before you were a game developer? Did you talk a lot with other gamers and whatnot?
Not really. I was a lot in a reading community, reading people what they say on Reddit, or reading article on video game website, but I was not active. I was not commenting or giving feedback. But since I am developing the game, this is something that I am doing more and more now because it has helped me. So I know I can also help others by doing so.
Yeah, I think feedback definitely helps, and the people, especially Reddit, there's a lot of people, a lot of gamers on Reddit that will give endless feedback for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I have always been a video game player since my childhood. I have started with Super Nintendo.
Since Super Nintendo, wow, okay. What was the first kind of like games that you played and grew up on? Because that's one of my favorite questions to ask people who have been playing games since they were little.
So my first game that I have loved, and that's the game that made me passionate about video game, it is Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then there is ton of other game on the SNES, I remember Mega Man X, the Super Bomberman, Mario Kart, Super Mario World. So much game on the Super Nintendo throughout my childhood. And then once I was a bit older, like 10 years old, I have also started to play a lot of Warcraft.
Oh, that one's a good one.
And this is and this is on Warcraft that I have started to develop maps on the map editor, which is where I have started to develop some kind of mini games or thing like this.
So, did your passion for game design kind of come out of developing those maps?
Yeah, exactly. It's where it started. It was with Warcraft 3. I have developed a lot of maps, and some were very popular. And this is the moment that I knew that I wanted to make a video game one day, because I love to develop a lot of concept, idea. And in Warcraft Editor, you could do a lot of things easily, so it was really awesome to have started with Warcraft 3.
Yeah, that one's a good one to start with. I played a lot of Warcraft, especially World of Warcraft, once the MMO was super popular. Blizzard was definitely one of my favorite companies growing up, and Activision, Nintendo, such good memories with those companies.
Yeah, same. I have played so much game from Blizzard. World of Warcraft 2, I have spent many time on World of Warcraft. I love this too, and it's so much nostalgia when I think about this company.
I can agree. So we talked a little bit about the games that you've played before. Let's talk a little bit about the games that are influencing your game here. You mentioned that Hollow Knight and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild were two of the main influences, and I can definitely see those visually, especially with like kind of the bug and like horn aesthetics, and then just like the lighting and the coloration of how the entire world is laid out. It also gives me some Risk of Rain 2 vibes. Were you meaning to go for any Risk of Rain vibes?
No, not really. I was aiming for Sable vibe. I don't know if you know the game Sable. So yeah, this was more my inspiration. And then I aimed to Scavenger Rain show, which has inspired me a lot. But Risk of Rain, it was not one of my inspiration. It's I think we maybe have similar inspiration, but it was not directly.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there any other games that I haven't mentioned that you want to talk about have inspired the game?
Yeah, there is Metroid Prime, because it's also a 3D Metroidvania, so it's a huge inspiration for Maseylia. There is also, it's not a game, it's a film, but Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind from Studio Ghibli. Inspired us a lot, especially with the plot. And then there is Pseudo Regalia, which is an indie 3D Metroidvania that was released a few years ago.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah, and I played this game, and it's inspired me a lot, especially in terms of development, because it was a Metroidvania 3D made by guys alone. So yeah, it's inspired me a lot.
I can definitely see that, and it makes sense with the game elements and like how the game actually works. Because I was reading a little bit, and it seems like it's going to be, well, a Metroidvania, as you said. So based on you progress an open world by getting more abilities, more or less, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely the most important gameplay of the game is that you will earn a lot of abilities, and those ability will change completely the way you can traverse the world, and so you can backtrack to areas that you have already been, but discover new paths on those area thanks to the new abilities that you have earned, like for example, double jump that will allow you to jump higher and to have access to a place that was too high to reach before. So this is the concept, basically, yeah.
Okay. Out of curiosity, how will the player get these abilities? Are they locked behind boss fights or like specific areas they have to find?
There is not necessarily boss fight for every ability, but yeah, it is a specific area in which you will find those abilities. So you have to progress through the world like if it's a maze. Sometimes you will find nothing or find bonus, and sometimes you will find important area like temple in which you will find those abilities.
Okay. Will the world change over time as you progress?
Yes, the more you will progress, the more you will discover a new biome, new environment, and each environment, they have their own enemies, they have their own ability, and their own challenge, platforming, the obstacle, and there is a lot of change in terms of gameplay in between each biome.
Okay. In terms of like the biomes and the enemies, is there any like lore or story behind them, or is it more just supposed to be a fun casual shooter?
No, there is a lot of lore, like in Hollow Knight or Dark Souls, you will have a lot of lore pieces to find hidden in the world, and you have to put them together to know what happened in the world, and you will learn a lot of things about the story of the world. Like for example, there is old tablet with a description of the different place that you will find. There is also notes that you will find that are written by several person in the game. So there is a lot of lore in the game.
Okay. Would you say that you go for a more subtle way of storytelling then, rather than like directly giving like what's going on through dialogue and action?
Yeah, exactly. So there is a few cinematics, and there is one at the beginning, but it won't explain everything. It will just give a bit of context. So basically, you will have a bit of context at the beginning of the game, but then it's like a mystery. And the more you progress, the more you will start to understand the story of the world, what is happening, what you are doing there. So it's some kind of mystery story that you have to understand, like a puzzle story.
Speaking of the story, what's kind of the main problem or obstacle that the character is going through that the person is trying to overcome while playing?
So basically, the world of Maseylia has been colonized by an advanced civilization that came from the sky, and they have taken control of the planets of Maseylia. They were a war and they win the war, so they have taken possession of most of the biome of the planet. But when you play the game a long time after that, like 100 years after that, and you will realize that those people they have gone, they are not there anymore. And so it is safe to walk in the planet freely for his people. So this is what you have to overcome in the game. Because since the war, the Maselian, they lived hidden. They couldn't go out easily. So that's why.
Is the world supposed to make you feel very small and alone then?
Yeah, because most of the Maselians, they lived hidden, and most of the sky people, they have lived the planet for hidden reasons that you will learn during the game. So yeah, it's a game that will make you feel alone most of the time. You will encounter some NPC, but most of the time you will feel alone on the world of Maseylia.
So very sparse NPCs.
Yeah, exactly.
So, out of curiosity, where did your development process begin? Did it start with the story, or was there something specific that you wanted people to experience?
It was more about the experience. It was more about the gameplay, the fact that there is not enough 3D Metroidvania in the industry. Like, for me, when I finished Pseudo Regalia, I felt like empty, there is no other 3D Metroidvania new. There is the Metroid Prime trilogy, but it has 20 years and I already played them a lot of time. So for me, I felt like I wanted to have an experience of 3D Metroidvania. And so this was my main goal for the game. So it was first the world structure, the level design, and the gameplay.
I love that. So would you say Metroidvanias are your favorite genre then?
Yeah, absolutely. I have loved them so much. When I was child, I didn't like Metroidvania. I couldn't get into Castlevania or Metroid game. I have tried them, but I couldn't. I was so lost. But since I have grew up and since Hollow Knight, I have become a fan of the genre and I have played again all the Metroid and all the Castlevania again, and now they have become my favorite game. And same for game like Ori or a lot of indie Metroidvania that I have loved, like Salt and Sanctuary. There is also the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown that I have loved recently. So yeah, it's definitely my favorite genre now.
It's a good one to choose. I like it. As you have gone through the development process, what have you found to be the most challenging part of it?
The most challenging part of it's the time that it takes to make everything works. Like it's so hard to make everything. The level design, it's long to make a game of this length. The fact that this is 3D, it makes that even decoration, it is long to make the decoration of the game. The programmation, there is a lot of problem with like physics or with like programmation bugs. There is so much things that you have to think about, so much things that has to happen at the same time. Like, for example, when a sound happen, you have to program it. So it means when you shoot and the missiles collide with the wall, you want a sound to be played, so you have to detect the collision in the programmation, and you have to play the sound. There is so much things that has to happen at the same time, and making all those things, it is so much work, so much time, and so much details that you have to test for each enemies, each particles, movements, animation. Yeah, so it is so hard to do everything at the same time and to do it right.
That makes sense. I would imagine just getting it all together, especially just all the small moving parts are definitely going to be the hardest for sure. Would you say that when you started out, did you see yourself getting to this position of almost being ready to publish?
Yeah, but I flew. My game was less ambitious than what I have done. Like I flew, it would have take me only few months. That was my goal in mind. It was to make a small game. And during the development, I realized that it was impossible to do a 3D Metroidvania in a few months. And so it has taken more time and more time. And based on the feedbacks from the player, I wanted to make the best game possible. So it has taken way more long time than I anticipated at first. But at the end, the most important thing is that now I am here near the end and I have more than 10,000 wish lists. So I'm very proud of that.
That's amazing. 10,000 wish lists is awesome for, such a small development team. I'm very proud of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we are almost 15,000 wish list. No, 15K wish list. Yeah,
that's awesome. So you mentioned the playtest. How is that going? I remembered when I first started kind of messaging you, you mentioned you had started the playtest. How has that helped you in your process?
Yeah, so the playtest, it's very important because it enables us to see how the player likes the game, whether a section is fun or not, whether it is intuitive or not. Like when you do the game, you have everything in mind, but the player, he does not have the same information that you had in his mind. So playtest, it is necessary to see how it works on the player, if it is work as intended, if the player can find the way easily or not. And we had to correct so much things based on the feedback from the player. But at the end, it is what that has enabled us to make a good game for the player.
I agree. I think that's very important. What do you think are the most valuable insights that you've learned from the playtest?
There is a lot of valuable insight, but the most important is to see whether it is intuitive or not. Like, does the player understand the tutorial with the text or not? Does the player understand how the system combat works? Does the player find the road easily? Does he is lost or not? This is really the most important thing, is how intuitive is the game.
I think that is very important. I like that. Having an intuitive video game is very necessary. I feel like the main problem that people have with video games they don't like is that they get into it and it's just not easy to pick up for them, so they don't feel at ease playing it. It's not really relaxing when you can't just pick it up. So I think that's a very good thing to focus on.
Yeah. Basically, if you think, for example, of Breath of the Wild, this is one of the best game in terms of intuitive gameplay. Like everything felt so intuitive when you play the game. There is not too much tutorial. Like you are not overwhelmed by the tutorial, and at the same time you are not lost. You are lost in the good way, but you are not lost in the bad way. Like you find always thing to do. You always feel like you progress, like you learn from the game. So this is the kind of feelings that I wanted for the game, and the only way to do it properly was to add a lot of feedback from players.
Yep, that makes sense. This might be a more difficult question, so feel free not to answer if you don't want to. Are there any life struggles or any things that you have gone through that have influenced where you are today?
Not really. I mean, life struggle is what have made my person, so it have shaped me as a person, and it has helped me to be stronger, because difficulty in life, I think, it can help us to become a better version of ourselves once we overcome those difficulties. So it's part of my person, but it's not directly influenced the game development.
Okay. That answers exactly what I wanted to know. I did have one last question. You said your production and your music, they're from Mexico. Where are you based?
In France. So we are a French team. Yeah.
Okay. Is the game going to have multiple translations and lots of accessibility, or is it just going to be in a couple of different languages?
There is gonna be 10 localizations, so we couldn't go for all the localizations that are present on Steam, because this is too much and we can't handle it, and it's start to be expensive if you want to have a lot localization. So we have gone with 10, I think around 10 localization, with the most important one. So thanks to the player, we have a lot of players from different countries that has helped us with the localization. Especially in the team, we have the musician that is from America. So he has been able to handle the English translation better than us. There is the one from Mexico that has helped us with the Spanish translation. So this was definitely done with the help of the community, and then we have the player, the people on our Discord, and we have also several people that work in the localization industry who were willing to do it for us, to help us. So, for example, for the Brazilian translation, we have someone that have accepted to do it freely for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of resources, I would agree. 10 different localizations is a lot, though. You can reach a lot of different people, and I think that's going to be amazing. So with the resources you have, that's awesome. Yeah. It was so lovely to get to know you and get to know your game. It's very personal to get to know the game developer. I think it'll give me a little bit of insight when I'm personally playing it myself.
Thank you. I'm waiting with impatience for that.
I really appreciate all the support of my listeners. Please give a like, give Indiefarer and Indie Bubble a follow, and if you would like to get into contact with me, you can find my email and socials on the Indie Bubble website. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I love sharing ideas and theories with others. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on these games and on Maseylia as well. This is a very cool process and project. I can't wait for it to come out. And thank you, Victor, for joining us.
Thank you, Oliver. It was a pleasure for me to be there.
Make sure you join me next time on Indiefarer and keep gaming.